Today's episode of FilmRiot is brought to you by Full Sail University.
Welcome to FilmRiot Mondays. I'm incredibly excited today because in just a few short days, our new short film comes out.
Our new short film.
I'm pretty excited about
It's almost
this.
out, Ryan.
I'm really excited for people to see it.
Can you
A lot
taste it?
of people put a lot of great work into this. I'm really proud of it, so hopefully you guys are going to dig it.
I can taste it.
But now let's get to today's questions. Can you roll the turbulent displacement insert? No.
Turbulent displacement.
Did Josh take drama classes? No, Josh has not taken any acting classes of any kind. He's just gone to the school of FilmRiot and just learned by doing, which I'm always talking about. Experience being king, as I like to say. Tips for shooting in the cold. I haven't worked in the extreme cold where the gear is in danger immediately. I've worked in where it's very freaking cold and you want to give the camera a break every now and again, but for the most part, I haven't done anything where the gear was really in any kind of danger. So for me, it's always just been about thinking about my crew and being sympathetic towards them, making sure everybody knows to wear the right things like scarves, gloves, hats, all that stuff, thermal underwear if you want. We also were passing out hand warmers, hot tea and coffee. We had a fire going on in the corner with a little fire pit so people can go over there and warm up. So just, keeping your crew in mind always so people aren't completely miserable all night. Is dialogue needed sometimes, or can show not tell apply to everything? I mean, dialogue is the way that we communicate, so for dialogue to be stricken from a film entirely is a little bit weird, but could totally work. I think it would be a different sort of thing, and if it worked for your film, I think that would be really interesting. I mean, there's that latest film, The Artist, which was done like a silent film. So show not tell is definitely something that can work out, but dialogue is also a really great way to learn who the characters are and what's going on and to place subtext in there and all that. So it's just another tool along with everything else. You're a storyteller. What's the most important story anyone has ever told you? I don't think there's one singular story that would be the most important story. I think, there's stories that aren't necessarily even films. It's just things people have told me from their lives or things that I've experienced. And they all usually wrap around selfishness or unselfishness because I think selfishness is just evil and the root of all things awful. Although I guess there is some good selfishness. We could get into that argument, of course. But I think all those things, those stories of unselfish acts to help you learn to be a better person, I've always found the most important. And I think that's probably why I explore, there's a lot of themes of selfishness in almost all of my films. That's probably why I explore it, because I'm so fascinated by the idea. Hey, Raw Guy, what's the worst on-set experience you've ever had? I had an email from a friend who's talking about doing a blog that's somewhat similar to this, and it brought up a story from when I was much younger, straight out of film school, and I was donating my time to a film for free to shoot BTS. And I knew set etiquette, so I was very far back from the camera team, but getting some BTS completely out of the way. I think I was like 20 feet from them. And the AC sees me and approaches me and then pretty much threatens me in a very douchey way that he's gonna break my camera if I get in his way. Yet at this point, I displayed nothing but, a good knowledge of set etiquette and staying out of people's way. So it was just a really douchebag move of someone who I think just wanted to feel tough, which is always a shame. And it goes back to why can't people just be kind? But for the most part, I only have 2 stories. For the most part, people have been lovely on all the sets I've ever been on, and I've been lucky to either experience or be a part of sets where it really is like a family and people are just helping each other. There's always a little bit of that butting heads when you're doing something this creative and stressful. That's gonna happen. But you can't hold grudges, hold it from people. It's usually cleared up pretty quickly. Last question. You've probably seen the terrible video involving a train and a film crew. What do you recommend to avoid those situations? What he's talking about is the death of Sarah Jones on the set of Midnight Rider, which is just ridiculous and tragic. Basically, they were shooting on train tracks. Turns out those tracks were live tracks. The filmmakers knew it, and they didn't take the proper steps to secure everyone's safety and to handle this well because it was a guerrilla film shoot. They were doing more of an indie, low-budget thing, and so they put people's lives at risk for the sake of their freaking movie, which is just, it's insane to me. I can't fathom why anyone would ever do that, ever. I mean, just not only just putting someone's safety in risk, putting someone's life at risk. That's nuts. With FilmRiot, you know, in all my productions, I've never put someone in danger. Everything that we've ever done with our run and gun stuff, we're making sure it's as safe as freaking possible. Even in proximity, when Justin just rolls down a hill, we are clearing that hill like crazy. You know, I'm asking Justin a million times if he's sure he can do it. Justin has training in stunts, which is the only reason I felt comfortable to do something even that simple. Because I'm not willing to put anybody's safety, not even life, like that's obvious, not even their safety at risk for a freaking shot. At the end of the day, who cares? Someone's well-being is always taking precedence over anything that has to do with my work. It's ridiculous. And I know there's a lot of kids who watch our show, and it looks like on the show that we do some crazy stuff, but it's always controlled crazy. No one is ever in any kind of danger. The only time that safety was ever at risk is because it was youthful stupidity when we were first starting out, and we really didn't think it through. So make sure you're always thinking things through. I have never put someone's safety at risk on purpose for a shot ever. I've never asked anybody to do something that I wouldn't do, and I never would. It's not worth it. Your cast, your crew, that's your family, and your family's well-being always takes precedence over your freaking production, because who cares, even if that falls through, as long as everybody's okay. So don't be a bad person is the answer. Make sure you're putting everybody's well-being above your own and your production. Always make sure everyone is not just comfortable on set, but obviously safe. And if you're doing anything like with any kind of firecrackers, blank shooting guns, make sure you're using a specialist. Even if you're shooting outside with fake guns, that could be very dangerous. Make sure you're informing the cops. So anything that you're doing that could possibly be dangerous for your cast and crew and yourself in any way, make sure you're taking all the precautions you possibly can to make sure that everyone involved in your film, who is your responsibility, is safe. If you dream of becoming a filmmaker, Full Sail University has degree programs to help you achieve that goal, including the on-campus film bachelor degree program. Throughout the film's bachelor degree program, you're going to learn the filmmaking process from start to finish on a campus that houses the technology and resources you need. In the online digital cinematography bachelor program, you learn what it takes to write, shoot, and edit your own films. Online students receive a technology package that includes a professional level digital video camera. Full Sail is also excited to announce the new film production master's degree program designed to give you an advanced education in the behind-the-scenes aspect of filmmaking. Full Sail grads have worked on films including Hunger Games, Gravity, and many more, including FilmRiot, because I went there. Full Sail University also offers a variety of campus and online degrees in fields related to the entertainment and media industry. Visit fullsail.edu/FilmRiot to learn more.
Logo.
So that's it for today, which means it's time for my suggestion of the week. This is Doc Style Workflow, which is from Alex Bono, who's always putting out amazing educational material, and this is definitely one of those, so check that out right here. And until next week, don't forget to write, shoot, edit, repeat.